Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time in life when you will face betrayal, injustice, and people who take advantage of your kindness. They will hurt you, lie to you, and leave you questioning your worth. But I want you to remember this. No one gets away with their wrongdoings forever. Life has a way of making people answer for their actions. The universe operates on the law of cause and effect. What they did to you will not go unnoticed. You may not see it now, but every action has a consequence. Those who deceive others will eventually be deceived. Those who cause pain will one day feel its weight upon their shoulders. You do not need to seek revenge or waste your energy on anger. The best response is to rise above. Your growth, your success, do not lower yourself to their level. Do not let their darkness consume your light. Instead, channel that pain into strength. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Let your achievements be the loudest statement you make. Resilience is one of the most powerful qualities a person can possess. Life is unpredictable, and along the way, you will encounter people and situations that test your strength. You will face betrayal, deceit, and injustice. People may take advantage of your kindness, undervalue your worth, or even deliberately try to bring you down. It may feel unfair, even unbearable at times, but the truth is, no adversity has the power to break you, unless you allow it to. What defines you is not what happens to you, but how you choose to respond. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has endured hardship. They have been underestimated, ridiculed, and betrayed, but instead of allowing these experiences to destroy them, they use them as fuel for growth. The world's most successful individuals did not get where they are by surrendering to the pain inflicted upon them. They faced it, endured it, and emerged stronger. That is the essence of resilience, turning pain into power, turning wounds into wisdom, and turning obstacles into stepping stones. It is natural to feel hurt when someone wrongs you. It is natural to question why it happened, to dwell on the injustice, and to wish for things to be different. But dwelling in that space of pain will only keep you trapped. Instead, you must rise. You must make a conscious decision to not be defined by what others have done to you. Your story is far greater than the moments of pain you have endured. You have the ability to write your own future, and that future is not dictated by those who tried to bring you down. The true test of resilience is not avoiding pain, but learning to withstand it. It is about understanding that setbacks are not permanent, and that no hardship lasts forever. It is about knowing that you are stronger than your circumstances, and that you have the power to create the life you want. No matter what has happened, you can still rise, still heal, and still achieve everything you dream of. Think of every challenge you have faced in life. At the time, it may have felt like the end of the world, but you survived. You are still here, still standing, still moving forward. That is proof of your resilience. And if you have survived every hardship up until this point, what makes you think you won't survive this one too? The same strength that carried you through before will carry you through again. Never let the actions of others dictate your future. The people who try to break you do not determine your destiny, only you do. Choose to keep going, to keep believing in yourself, and to keep striving for greatness. Let resilience be your greatest weapon, and no matter what comes your way, you will never be defeated. Every action in this world carries a consequence, whether good or bad, whether seen immediately or revealed over time. Every choice, every deed, and every word spoken has an effect. This is an undeniable truth that governs life itself. Those who have wronged you, those who have lied, betrayed, and caused you pain, may seem to walk away without facing repercussions. It may appear as if they continue their lives unaffected, while you are left to pick up the pieces. But do not be deceived by appearances, because life has a way of settling its accounts. People often believe they can act without consequence. that they can deceive without being exposed, or harm others without ever facing judgment. But history, experience, and time itself have proven otherwise. The world operates on a balance, and no wrongdoing remains unanswered forever. It may not happen when you expect it, it may not even happen in the way you imagine, but eventually, the weight of their actions will come back upon them. Sometimes, the price they pay is immediate. Loss of trust, loss of relationships, or loss of respect. Other times it is gradual, creeping into their lives in ways they never anticipated. People who act with dishonesty often find themselves trapped in a cycle of deception. Those who manipulate others often find themselves surrounded by people who cannot be trusted. Those who harm others often experience their own suffering, whether through external circumstances or through the deep dissatisfaction that comes from living a life built on cruelty and deceit. You do not need to seek revenge. You do not need to waste your time hoping they will suffer as you have. That is not your burden to carry. The greatest wisdom you can have is to understand that life itself has a way of dealing with those who act unjustly. It is not your responsibility to make them pay for what they have done. It is only your responsibility to rise above it. The best way to ensure that you come out victorious is to focus on your own growth. Let them live with the consequences of their own choices, while you move forward toward a better future. Their actions will eventually catch up with them, but you do not have to wait for that moment. Instead, use this time to build yourself, to heal, and to succeed beyond what they ever expected. Many people who have been wronged hold on to bitterness, waiting for justice to be served. But the truth is, justice is not always about watching someone else fall. It is about making sure you rise. Let go of the need for revenge and trust that life has a way of restoring balance. The weight of their actions will eventually return to them, but by then, you will be too focused on your own success to even notice. And that is the greatest justice of all. When someone wrongs you, the immediate reaction is often to seek justice, to make them feel the pain they inflicted upon you. The anger, the betrayal, and the sense of unfairness can consume your thoughts, making it difficult to focus on anything else. However, the truth is that revenge is a burden, and carrying it only holds you back. Instead of focusing on those who hurt you, shift your energy towards something far more powerful. Your own growth. The greatest response to betrayal, injustice, or mistreatment is not retaliation, but personal evolution. People who cause harm often expect retaliation. They expect you to waste your energy dwelling on the pain they inflicted, to become consumed by thoughts of vengeance. When you refuse to engage in that cycle, and instead focus on bettering yourself, you take away the control they once had over you. Growth is the ultimate act of defiance. When you rise above the situation, you prove that their actions did not break you, that you are stronger than they ever imagined. Think about the people in history who have faced great injustices. The most remarkable figures are not those who sought revenge, but those who turned their pain into something meaningful. They used their hardships as fuel to achieve greatness. They let their success be the loudest statement they ever made. That is what you must do. Do not allow your energy to be wasted on resentment. Redirect it toward building the life you deserve. Growth means taking what happened and using it to become wiser, stronger, and more capable. It means proving, not to them but to yourself, that no betrayal has the power to define you. It is about becoming so focused on your own journey that the people who once hurt you become irrelevant. They become nothing more than a footnote in your story, a minor obstacle that you overcame on your path to something greater. Success is not just about material wealth or external achievements. It is about inner peace, confidence, and the ability to move forward without bitterness. It is about knowing that you have become the best version of yourself despite what you have been through. The best revenge is living a life of fulfillment, happiness, and purpose. While those who tried to bring you down are left wondering why their actions had no effect on you. Eventually, the people who mistreated you will face their own consequences. But by then, you will no longer be concerned with their fate. You will be too busy thriving, growing, and creating a future that is far greater than they ever expected for you. That is the ultimate victory. Not proving them wrong, but proving to yourself that you were always capable of more than they believed. So let go of revenge, let go of bitterness, and instead invest in yourself. Because at the end of the day, the greatest response to betrayal is success, happiness, and the unstoppable force of personal growth. Time has a way of revealing the truth. No matter how deeply someone tries to bury their wrongdoings, no matter how much they try to hide behind deception, time will always expose reality. When you have been wronged, it may feel like justice will never come, that the people who hurt you will walk away unscathed while you are left to suffer. But history and experience prove otherwise. Truth has a way of surfacing, and those who act with dishonesty, cruelty, or betrayal will eventually be held accountable. At first, it may seem like they are getting away with their actions. They may continue their lives as if nothing happened, unaffected and unbothered. This can be one of the most painful aspects of being wronged. The feeling that justice is delayed, or worse, that it may never come at all. But patience is key, because time does not forget. What people put into the world, whether good or bad, eventually returns to them. It might not happen in the way you expect. Sometimes the consequence is not an immediate downfall, but a slow, quiet realization. People who lie eventually become tangled in their own deception. Those who betray others eventually find themselves alone, unable to build meaningful relationships because trust has abandoned them. Those who act out of selfishness often face emptiness, because a life built on manipulation and deceit never brings true fulfillment. You may not always witness their downfall. You may never see the moment when they regret what they did or when life teaches them a lesson. But that does not mean it does not happen. Time moves forward, and in that movement it brings truth to the surface. People who live dishonestly will eventually see the consequences of their actions reflected back at them, whether in lost friendships, broken reputations, or an inner turmoil that no amount of external success can fix. The most important thing you can do is not to wait for their downfall, but to move forward with your own life. Do not waste energy hoping for their exposure. Trust that time will take care of that. Instead, invest your energy into becoming the best version of yourself. The truth will come out when it is meant to, but by then you will be too far ahead, too successful, too fulfilled to even care. Life has a way of balancing itself. It may not happen in a single moment, but over time, the people who hurt others will have to face the reality of their choices. And when that day comes, you won't need revenge. You won't need to see them suffer. You will already have won. Because while they are dealing with the weight of their past actions, you will be thriving, living proof that no betrayal, no injustice, and no deception has the power to keep you from your destiny. Forgiveness is one of the most misunderstood yet powerful acts of personal freedom. When you have been wronged, betrayed, or hurt deeply, it is natural to feel anger, resentment, and even a desire for revenge. You may feel that holding on to these emotions gives you strength, as if keeping the pain close will somehow protect you from being hurt again. But in reality, the only person who suffers from holding on to resentment is you. Forgiveness is not about excusing the actions of those who hurt you. It is about freeing yourself from the emotional weight that keeps you tied to the past. Many people believe that forgiveness means letting the other person off the hook, allowing them to escape the consequences of their actions. But that is not true. Forgiveness does not mean that you condone what they did, nor does it mean that you have to allow them back into your life. It simply means that you are choosing not to let their actions continue to control your emotions and your future. When you hold on to bitterness, you give them power over you. When you choose to let go, you take that power back. Resentment is like a heavy chain that keeps you attached to the very people who hurt you. It fills your mind with anger and your heart with pain, making it difficult to move forward. But the moment you decide to release that burden, you experience a newfound sense of peace. Forgiveness is not for them. It is for you. It is the key that unlocks the door to your own emotional freedom. It allows you to step into a future that is no longer defined by what happened in the past. The truth is, life is too short to carry the weight of anger. Every moment you spend resenting someone is a moment you could have spent building the life you deserve. By forgiving, you are not saying that what happened was okay. You are simply refusing to let it consume you any longer. You are choosing to rise above, to reclaim your peace, and to focus on what truly matters: your own growth, happiness, and success. Forgiveness also brings clarity. When you release resentment, you can see the situation from a different perspective. You recognize that the actions of others are a reflection of them, not of you. People hurt others because of their own insecurities, fears, and shortcomings. When you understand this, you realize that their actions were never truly about you. They were about them. And with that realization comes power, because you no longer take their behavior as a personal failure. Choosing forgiveness does not mean you forget. It does not mean you allow yourself to be mistreated again. It means you acknowledge what happened, learn from it, and then set yourself free. And in that freedom, you find something greater than revenge, greater than resentment. You find peace, strength, and the ability to move forward without looking back. Success is the ultimate response to betrayal, pain, and injustice. When people hurt you, they often expect you to remain broken, stuck in anger or sorrow, unable to move forward. They assume that their actions have defined your future, that their betrayal has set a limit on what you can achieve. But what they fail to realize is that every setback, every moment of pain, can be transformed into motivation. Your success is not just a personal victory. It is proof that nothing and no one has the power to hold you back. There is a saying that the best revenge is living well. This is because true success is not about proving your worth to others, but about proving it to yourself. When you channel your pain into growth, when you take the energy of your struggles and use it to build something extraordinary, you rise above those who tried to bring you down. They may have hurt you, but they did not break you. They may have betrayed you, but they did not stop you. And that, in itself, is the most powerful statement you can make. Success is not just about wealth, status, or external achievements. It is about finding peace, happiness, and fulfillment, despite what you have been through. It is about looking at your life and realizing that you are no longer affected by those who wronged you. You are too focused on your growth, your dreams, and your purpose to be concerned with the past. The moment you reach that point, you have already won. Many of the most successful people in history have turned their hardships into fuel for their greatest achievements. They faced betrayal, doubt, and failure, yet they refused to let those experiences define them. Instead, they used every struggle as a stepping stone towards something greater. They understood that pain is temporary, but perseverance creates a legacy. If they had allowed their setbacks to defeat them, they would have never reached their full potential. The same applies to you. Instead of focusing on what was done to you, focus on what you can do next. Instead of replaying past betrayals in your mind, start visualizing the future you want to create. Success is built on action, not on dwelling in resentment. Every time you choose to work toward your goals rather than dwell on your pain, you take another step forward. Every time you invest in yourself, in your skills, and in your dreams, you take away the power that others once had over you. One day, the people who underestimated you will see how far you have come. They will realize that their attempts to break you only made you stronger. But by then, you will not even care. You will be too busy enjoying the life you built, the success you earned, and the peace you found. Because in the end, the greatest response to betrayal is not revenge. It is rising so high that their actions become insignificant. Healing is a journey, not a destination. When you have been hurt, betrayed, or wronged, it is easy to believe that you will never fully recover. The pain feels overwhelming, and the scars left behind may seem permanent, but healing is not about erasing the past. It is about transforming your pain into strength. It is about acknowledging what happened, learning from it, and choosing to move forward with a heart that is stronger, wiser, and more resilient. True healing does not happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and intentional effort. Many people believe that time alone will heal their wounds, but that is not entirely true. Time gives you space to process, but healing is an active choice. You must decide to let go of the pain, to stop reliving the past, and to focus on building a better future. You must choose to forgive, not for them, but for yourself, so that you are no longer chained to the weight of what was done to you. One of the most powerful aspects of healing is self-reflection. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" start asking, "What can I learn from this?" Every experience, no matter how painful, has something to teach you. It can show you who truly belongs in your life and who does not. It can reveal your own strength, resilience, and ability to overcome. It can remind you that no matter what happens, you always have the power to rise again. Healing also requires self-care. When you have been hurt, it is important to nurture yourself, both physically and emotionally. Engage in activities that bring you joy. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, and take care of your mind and body. Healing is not just about moving on. It is about rebuilding yourself in a way that makes you even stronger than before. It is about turning your pain into power, your wounds into wisdom, and your hardships into motivation. One of the hardest but most necessary steps in healing is acceptance. Many people struggle because they continue to resist what has already happened. They hold on to the belief that things should have been different, that they deserved better, that the people who hurt them should have acted differently. While all of that may be true, staying stuck in that mindset does not change anything. Acceptance does not mean you approve of what happened. It means you acknowledge reality and choose to move forward despite it. Eventually, you will reach a place where the past no longer has power over you. The people who hurt you will become insignificant, not because you have forgotten, but because you have grown beyond their reach. You will no longer carry anger, resentment, or pain. You will carry wisdom, strength, and a deep understanding of your own resilience. Healing is not about getting back to who you were before the pain. It is about becoming someone even greater. It is about transforming your suffering into something meaningful and emerging stronger than you ever thought possible.